Welcome to Zoe Stories. I married a woman. Now I'm her wife. I never imagined my life could change in a single evening, but the moment she smiled at me, everything shifted. I had always been invisible. 18, timid, and painfully ordinary, my days blurred into one another. Wake up, school, home, repeat. Social interactions felt like hurdles I couldn't jump. I wasn't ugly, but I wasn't memorable either. And in a world obsessed with appearances, that meant I didn't exist. Then came Elena. Her presence was magnetic, almost dangerous. She didn't just walk into a room. She entered like a force of nature. Long, wavy hair, a sharp jawline, eyes that seemed to read every secret I didn't even know I had. She was 22, confident, commanding, and terrifyingly beautiful. I had admired her silently for months. Every laugh she threw my way felt like sunlight breaking through a cloudy sky. But I never imagined she could actually notice me until she did. The invitation arrived unexpectedly, my best friend's housewarming party. I dreaded it. Crowds, noise, laughter, all reminders of how small I felt. But Elena was there, radiant, leaning against the wall, her gaze somehow finding me across the room. And then, in a voice that was both playful and commanding, she said, "You look so cute in my dress. I could teach you how to really wear it." I laughed nervously, thinking she was joking, but there was a glint in her eyes that made my stomach tighten. Something unsettlingly magnetic. By the end of the evening, she had me in a delicate black skirt, silk blouse, and heels that made my legs wobble. She held my hands, adjusted my posture, straightened my shoulders, tilted my chin. Every touch carried authority. I looked in the mirror and barely recognized myself. This isn't me, I thought. This is a costume. She pushed me gently toward the mirror. "Look at yourself," she whispered. Her voice was honey with a hint of steel. "See how beautiful you can be." I stared. My reflection was soft, delicate, almost unrecognizable. The boy I was seemed smaller, fragile. My cheeks burned, not just from embarrassment, but from something deeper, something I didn't understand. I wanted to run, to strip away the clothes and escape. But I couldn't. Her presence anchored me, her eyes holding mine, making me obey. And a part of me liked the way she looked at me. The next day, she insisted I walk with her to the corner store, fully dressed. Heels clicking on the pavement, skirts swaying with every step. Every glance from strangers felt like needles, some curious, some mocking. "Hold your chin up, pretty girl," she instructed softly, her hand guiding my elbow. "Act natural. Own it." I stumbled, tripped, nearly fell. My face burned red, tears threatening. But when a passerby whispered, "She's beautiful," something strange stirred in me, embarrassment mixed with a flicker of pride. She laughed softly, correcting me again, not cruelly, but with that perfect mixture of control and sweetness. That night, back in her apartment, she sat me down, her fingers tracing the curve of my jawline. "Tomorrow we go further. You won't be just a girl in a dress, you'll be mine." Her words sent shivers down my spine. I wanted to say no, to resist, but my voice faltered. I was tangled in a web of fear, shame, and something dangerously thrilling. For the first time, I realized something terrifying. My old life was over. The boy I had been, timid, invisible, safe, was slipping away. And, in its place, something new was stirring. As I lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, I kept replaying the mirror scene. The reflection staring back at me seemed to whisper, "This isn't temporary. This is your new reality." I didn't want it. But a part of me wanted her control, her attention, her dominance. And that terrifying desire was only the beginning. I thought last night was intense, but nothing could have prepared me for what she had planned next. The morning sunlight spilled across Elena's apartment, soft yet merciless. She was already up, dressed impeccably, hair perfect, makeup flawless. And there I was, still in yesterday's borrowed skirt and blouse, heels discarded at the door. "Today we start properly," she said, voice deceptively gentle. "No more half measures. You're going to learn to be the girl you were always meant to be." My stomach twisted. Always meant to be? The words clawed at my chest. But I nodded, unable to speak. She handed me a small case, filled with makeup, brushes, and lotions. First, we transform your face. You'll be soft, pretty, irresistible, she whispered. Elena guided me in front of a mirror. She gently touched my jawline, my nose, my eyebrows. Every correction felt like a surgical strike against my old self. Close your eyes, she instructed, and let me show you the real you. Foundation, blush, mascara, lipstick. Each step blurred the line between who I was and who she wanted me to be. My reflection shifted, becoming delicate, almost feminine. I felt a strange flutter, embarrassment, yes, but also an undeniable thrill. She smiled, approvingly, brushing a stray hair from my temple. See? You're beautiful, she murmured. But remember, beauty isn't enough. You have to act beautiful. Next came the clothing. Dresses, skirts, blouses, tights, delicate lingerie. She helped me into each piece, correcting my posture, adjusting straps, pulling tights higher. Every curve matters, she said, tracing her fingers lightly along my hips. Every movement counts. Walk like you belong in this body. I stumbled at first, heels unfamiliar, skirts swaying oddly. My hands shook. She guided me, patient yet firm, every correction a reminder that I was under her control. You'll learn, pretty girl. Step by step, you'll forget who you were. By afternoon, she declared it was time to go outside. Panic surged. The streets were busy, people staring, whispering. Pretend you belong, she instructed, hand on my lower back. You're not a boy today. You're me. We walked through the mall. I felt every gaze, every murmur. Humiliation burned. Yet, when a stranger whispered, she's stunning, a part of me, a dangerous part, thrilled at the praise. Elena's hand squeezed mine, grounding me. See? You can do this. You're learning. Back at her apartment, she focused on my voice, my gestures. Soften your tone. Smile more. Tilt your head. Speak like you're delicate, yet confident, she instructed, demonstrating each movement. I mimicked, faltered, stammered. Each failure drew a mixture of gentle laughter and sharp correction. Slowly, painfully, I began to sound, move, even feel like a girl. Every instruction chipped away at my old identity. By evening, I wasn't the same shy boy who had walked in yesterday. Later, alone in her bedroom, I sat on the edge of the bed, exhausted. My reflection in the mirror no longer resembled the boy I once was. Elena sat beside me, hand on my shoulder. You're mine now, she said softly. Not as a joke. Not as a game. You belong to me. A strange mixture of fear, shame, and desire twisted inside me. Part of me wanted to resist. Another part, terrifyingly large, wanted to surrender completely. That night, Elena whispered, tomorrow, we introduce the world. You won't be hidden anymore. You'll step out as my girl, and everyone will see. Are you ready? I swallowed hard. My pulse raced. Am I ready to lose myself completely? The reflection in the mirror smiled back, soft, delicate, undeniably feminine. But it wasn't me, or was it? The moment we stepped into the crowded cafe, I realized there was no turning back. Every glance, every whisper tore at my soul. Elena woke me early, still in the delicate skirt and blouse from yesterday. She carried a small purse, lipstick, and a compact mirror. Her tone was calm but commanding. Today, we see the world. No hiding. You will learn to walk, talk, and be admired or humiliated. Both are lessons. My stomach twisted. The word humiliated echoed in my mind, sharp and unrelenting. I swallowed hard, trying to muster courage. But every step toward the door made my legs shake. We entered a bustling cafe. The hum of conversation, the clatter of cups, the smell of coffee. It all seemed amplified. Elena held my hand firmly. Act natural, she whispered. Smile. Speak softly. Let them see you for what you are. Beautiful. I tried. I stumbled over my words, my voice too high, too soft.
People glanced.
A few laughed quietly. A pang of embarrassment hit me like a physical blow. She guided me to a table. Her eyes never left mine.
Good.
Hold your posture. Chin up. Imagine you belong here. Every passerby, every couple, every barista became a judge. I felt my face burn, heart hammering. Elena's presence was both a shield and a spotlight. You're doing fine, she said, brushing a stray hair from my temple. But notice, every slip, every hesitation, they notice too. You will learn control. Her words were cruelly sweet. They sank into me, making me doubt every instinct. Was I still a boy? Was I a girl now? Later, back at her apartment, I stood in front of a full-length mirror. The reflection stared back at me, soft, delicate, undeniably feminine. Do you see her? Elena asked softly, standing behind me.
She's yours now.
You're hers. Tears pricked my eyes. I wanted to scream, to run, to escape this new reality. But a strange thrill coursed through me, an intoxicating mixture of fear, shame, and desire. You're beautiful, she murmured. But beauty isn't enough. You must act it. Elena decided it was time for a walk downtown. Crowds pressed around us, each glance piercing like needles. Hold my arm, she instructed, and let's show them what you can be. I stumbled at first, heels unfamiliar, skirt swaying oddly. Some people stared, some whispered. My face flushed crimson. Humiliation, sharp and unrelenting, coursed through me. Yet when someone said, "She's really pretty," my pulse spiked. Part of me craved it, craved the attention, the acknowledgement, the subtle power in being desired despite the shame. That evening, Elena guided me to her bedroom. I collapsed onto the bed, trembling. You're learning, she said, voice soft, almost nurturing. But there's more to learn. You cannot hide anymore. I buried my face in my hands. Humiliation, confusion, desire, shame. They twisted inside me. Am I losing myself? I wondered. Do I even want to fight anymore? She sat beside me, hand on my shoulder, her warmth both comforting and terrifying. You belong to me now, she whispered. Not as a joke. Not as a game. Tomorrow, she said, lips brushing my ear, you will go to the beauty salon. Strangers will touch you, style you, judge you. You won't just be mine. You'll be theirs too. My stomach churned. Panic, fear, and an inexplicable thrill surged through me. And as I stared at my reflection, soft, delicate, undeniably feminine, I realized my life as I knew it was over. I never thought strangers could see me this way, dressed, primped, and powerless under their gaze. Elena woke me early, her expression serene but commanding. Today, she said, you will meet the world properly. We're going to the salon. Professionals will teach you to walk, sit, and behave like the girl you're becoming. I felt my stomach twist. The thought of strangers touching, judging, observing me filled me with dread. And yet, a part of me quivered with anticipation. She handed me a sleek black dress, tights, and heels. You'll wear this, she instructed. No complaints. Every step you take is training. The salon was bustling, filled with the hum of blow dryers, laughter, and gossip. Elena guided me through the door like a queen introducing her subject. Smile, pretty girl, she whispered, squeezing my hand. They're here to help, but you belong to me. Stylists eyed me curiously, murmuring under their breath. My face burned. Every whisper, every glance, felt like a spotlight on my humiliation. A stylist took my hair, washing, cutting, styling. Another began applying makeup professionally, foundation, contouring, blush, dramatic eyeliner. Hold still, Elena instructed, and remember, every stroke erases the boy you used to be. I trembled. The sensations were overwhelming. The hands of strangers, even with their professional care, felt invasive. Yet, when Elena nodded approvingly, a strange thrill surged through me. By the end, my reflection was no longer a timid boy. It was a delicate, polished, feminine version, soft, beautiful, undeniably hers. Elena guided me through movements, the way to cross legs, tilt hips, hold a cup, gesture with hands. Each motion felt unnatural at first. Every misstep drew a correction. Again, she instructed softly but firmly. You will master this. You are a girl now, and girls are graceful. I stumbled, whispered apologies, felt my cheeks burn. Humiliation surged. But slowly, painfully, I adapted. Every movement, every word, every glance polished the mask Elena demanded. During a break, I caught my reflection in the salon mirror. Strangers chatted around me, styled me, judged me. You like the attention, don't you? Elena murmured in my ear, her breath brushing my neck. I flushed. No, yes. I don't know, I whispered internally. The shame, embarrassment, and inexplicable thrill twisted inside me. My identity felt suspended. Boy, girl, or just her toy. Elena rewarded every correct gesture, every soft word, every well-placed smile with subtle praise. Every failure drew a gentle scolding. See, she said, eyes gleaming. You can be perfect if you let me guide you. Her control became intoxicating. I wanted to resist. And yet, I craved her approval. Every word, touch, and glance blurred the line between punishment and pleasure. Tomorrow, she whispered as we left the salon, you will attend a small gathering. Friends, acquaintances, all will see you fully. No hiding. No mistakes. You are my girl. And everyone will know it. My pulse raced. Fear, shame, and a dangerous thrill surged through me. And as I looked at my reflection in the car window, perfect hair, makeup, dress, posture, I realized the boy I had been was gone, at least for now. I thought the salon was terrifying, but facing people who knew me, people who remembered the boy I was a nightmare I couldn't escape. Elena woke me with a calm but commanding tone. Today, you meet people who remember you as a boy, she said. They'll see the girl you've become. You will show them and yourself that there's no turning back. I stared at the outfit she laid out, a soft pastel dress, delicate tights, heels I barely managed yesterday, and a cardigan that softened the look. She placed a small bow in my hair. You'll wear this perfectly. Every detail matters, she said. Her eyes burned into mine, commanding obedience. My chest tightened. Everyone will see me. Everyone will know. And I can't run. Elena led me to a small gathering at a friend's apartment. As we entered, whispers erupted. Faces that once knew me as timid, awkward, and male now stared in disbelief. Is that? One friend murmured. Wait, that's him. I froze, heels wobbling. My face burned. Elena guided me to a chair, hand firm yet comforting on my elbow. Smile, she instructed. You're beautiful. Show them what I've made you. Each introduction stung. Friends poked, laughed nervously, asked questions that reminded me of my old self. You've changed so much, it's kind of unsettling, one said, voice tight with curiosity. My heart hammered. I wanted to hide, vanish. But Elena's hand on my back, gentle yet insistent, anchored me. Own it, she whispered. Every glance, every word, they belong to me. And now they belong to you too. The humiliation was a fire that burned through me, leaving a strange, intoxicating thrill in its wake. Later, Elena guided me to the mirror in a quiet corner. Look at her, she said softly, tracing a finger along my cheek. She's perfect.
And she's yours now. You see?
You're learning to be her. Tears welled up. Confusion, shame, desire. They twisted together. Who am I anymore? I wondered. The boy is gone. Am I really me? Elena's smile was both cruel and tender. Let go. Stop resisting. Be the girl I've made you. During the gathering, a friend's younger brother, Ethan, approached me. He didn't recognize me at first. His soft, admiring glances and tentative compliments stirred something deep inside, a mixture of shame, curiosity, and unexpected arousal. Elena noticed. She smiled, a dangerous glint in her eye. See, she whispered later. You can have attention, admiration, but only as her. You'll never go back to being a boy. The words sank in like a cold blade. My heart raced. My identity was slipping further. Elena encouraged me to mingle, to laugh, to act naturally. Every misstep drew correction. Every glance, every whisper, every compliment felt like a test. By the end of the evening, I was exhausted, trembling, and flushed from humiliation. Yet part of me, a dangerous, secret part, craved Elena's control, her gaze, her approval. Tomorrow, she whispered as we left, we go to the mall. Bigger crowds. More eyes. You will perform, and everyone will see. You belong to me, and they will all know. As I looked at my reflection in the car window, soft hair, perfect makeup, delicate dress, I realized something terrifying. The boy I had been was gone. The girl I had become wasn't entirely me. And tomorrow, everyone would witness it. Fear, shame, arousal, and something like desire mingled in my chest. I didn't know whether to run or to surrender completely. The moment we stepped into the crowded mall, every pair of eyes seemed to pierce my soul, and I realized there was no escape from her control. Elena woke me early, her expression serene but commanding. Today, everyone will see you as you truly are, she said. Not hiding, not pretending. My girl, my creation, my possession. She laid out a new outfit, a soft pink dress, lace tights, heels that made my knees wobble, and a delicate cardigan. She carefully pinned my hair and applied a final touch of lipstick. Every detail matters, she whispered, eyes scanning my reflection. You will be perfect. My stomach churned. The thought of strangers seeing me fully, dressed, made up, controlled, was terrifying. Yet, there was a strange, dangerous thrill simmering in me. The mall was bustling, every corridor crowded with shoppers. Elena held my hand firmly, guiding me through the throngs. Chin up, shoulders back, smile, she instructed. Every glance is training. You are beautiful, and everyone must see it. People turned, whispered, stared. Some recognized me from before. Some were strangers. Every gaze burned like fire, igniting a mixture of shame and excitement within me. Elena pushed me further. We walked through stores, sat in cafes, and I had to practice polite conversation, soft gestures, delicate laughter. Remember, she whispered, you are not a boy. Every word, every movement belongs to me. You exist for my pleasure and their admiration. I stumbled occasionally, heels unfamiliar, skirts swaying oddly. Each slip drew a gentle correction, a tap on my shoulder, a whisper of instruction. Humiliation burned, but slowly, painfully, I began to move naturally, gracefully, like a girl. Every compliment, every glance, every whisper of, she's so pretty, stirred something forbidden inside me. I was humiliated, yes, but also aroused. My identity blurred further. In a quiet corner, Elena leaned close. You're mine, aren't you? She murmured. I shivered. The answer was uncontrollable, undeniable. Part of me wanted to resist, part of me wanted to surrender completely. Later, in a restroom, I stared at my reflection. The boy I had been was gone, soft hair, delicate features, perfect dress. Do you see her? Elena's voice was behind me. She is perfect,
And she is yours now.
accept it. Tears welled up. Shame, fear, arousal, and desire twisted inside me. I barely recognized myself anymore. Was I still me, or just her creation? A man glanced at me, double-took. Recognition flickered in his eyes. Wait, isn't that? Panic surged. Could someone from my past expose me? Elena noticed and smiled. Let them stare, she whispered. You're mine, and they will see it too. My pulse raced. Humiliation spiked, but beneath it, a strange, intoxicating thrill pulsed. That evening, Elena whispered in my ear as we left the mall. Tomorrow, we attend a gathering where everyone you know will see you fully, friends, family, everyone. There's no hiding. You will perform, and they will all know. You are mine. I felt a shiver of fear, shame, and forbidden excitement. My reflection in the car window smiled back at me, soft, feminine, undeniably hers. The boy I had been was gone. I thought I had endured public humiliation, but nothing prepared me for the eyes of people who knew me, the people who remembered the boy I used to be. Elena woke me at dawn. Her expression was a perfect mix of sweetness and steel. Today, everyone you know will see you as you are, she said. No lies, no hiding. You will be my girl, and they will all know it. She laid out the outfit, a soft lavender dress hugging my figure, lace tights, heels that made my legs wobble, and a delicate cardigan. She brushed my hair meticulously, applied subtle but perfect makeup, and added a small ribbon above my ear. Every detail matters, she said, scanning me critically. You must be flawless. My heart pounded. The thought of facing people who remembered my boyhood self terrified me. I felt exposed, vulnerable, and inexplicably excited. The apartment was filled with friends, family, and acquaintances. As we entered, a hush fell. Whispers and double takes followed me. Is that him? One relative whispered. I froze. My heels felt like walking on knives. My face burned crimson. Elena held my hand, guiding me toward a seat. Smile, she instructed softly. You're beautiful. Show them what I've made you. Every step, every gesture felt like a test. Every glance, every whispered comment pierced me. Questions came fast, sharp, and personal. You've changed a lot, a friend said nervously. I barely recognize you. My lips trembled. I stammered, my voice higher than ever. Every word, every laugh, every blush reminded me of how powerless I had become. Elena's hand on my shoulder was grounding, yet her presence reminded me that I was no longer just a boy. I was her girl, and everyone could see it. Later, in a quiet corner, Elena guided me to a mirror. Look at her, she whispered, tracing my jawline lightly. She is perfect. She is mine. And soon, you won't even remember the boy you were. Tears brimmed. Shame, fear, desire, and a strange thrill twisted inside me. I barely recognized my reflection.
Who was I now? The boy?
The girl? Or just her possession? During the gathering, a young man, someone I vaguely knew from school, complimented me. You're stunning, he said, eyes lingering. A shock of fear and arousal coursed through me. Elena noticed, smiling wickedly. See, she whispered later. You crave attention.
You want it.
But only as her, never as him again. Her words cut deep. Part of me wanted to fight. Part of me wanted to surrender completely. Elena guided me through the evening. Polite conversation, delicate gestures, sitting properly, laughing softly. Every misstep drew correction, a touch on my arm, a whisper of instruction.
You are learning, she said.
Every glance, every word, every move belongs to me. Humiliation and control intertwined. I was exhausted, trembling, flushed from shame. Yet part of me reveled in the attention, the submission, the thrill of being her creation. As the gathering ended, Elena whispered in my ear, Tomorrow, the challenge becomes bigger. You will appear at a charity event, in front of strangers and photographers. Everyone will see you fully, and there will be no hiding. Are you ready to be mine in every sense? My pulse raced. Fear, shame, desire, and an uncontrollable thrill surged through me. I looked at my reflection one last time in the hallway mirror, soft, feminine, flawless. The boy I had been was gone, and the girl I had become was entirely Elena's. The moment we arrived at the gala, I realized this was no ordinary humiliation. This was a test of my very soul. Elena woke me early, her expression calm but absolute. Tonight, everyone will see you fully, she said. No hiding, no excuses. You are mine, and the world will witness it. She laid out a glamorous gown, a deep red, form-fitting, delicate lace along the shoulders, paired with sheer tights and heels that made my legs shake. She brushed my hair into soft waves, applied professional makeup, and added subtle jewelry. Every detail matters, she whispered, scanning my reflection. You will be perfect, or you will feel my correction. I swallowed hard. Fear, shame, and a strange thrill surged through me. The thought of hundreds of strangers seeing me fully feminized made my pulse race. The venue buzzed with elegantly dressed guests, photographers, and reporters. Every step I took felt like walking on a tightrope. Elena held my hand firmly, guiding me through the crowd. Smile, walk gracefully, and remember, every eye belongs to me, she murmured. People stared. Some whispered. Cameras clicked. Every shutter sent shivers down my spine. I felt exposed, vulnerable, and terrifyingly alive. Elena instructed me on every movement, posture, gestures, the way to tilt my head while talking. Every step, every laugh, every smile was scrutinized. You are no longer a boy, she whispered in my ear. Every word, every glance, every motion belongs to me, and everyone must see it. I stumbled occasionally, heels unfamiliar, skirt swaying. Each misstep drew a correction, a touch, a whisper, a firm reminder. Humiliation burned like fire, but slowly, I adapted, moving with a fragile elegance. Every compliment, every lingering glance, every whispered admiration ignited conflicting emotions, embarrassment, shame, desire, and an intoxicating thrill. A man approached, offering polite admiration. My pulse spiked. Elena's approving smile told me she knew exactly what I was feeling. See, she whispered later. You crave attention. You desire it. But only as her. Never as him again. Her words pierced me, binding my identity closer to hers. Later, in a quiet corner, Elena guided me to a full-length mirror. Look at her, she said softly, brushing a finger along my cheek.
Perfect. Mine.
And soon, you'll forget the boy you were. Tears brimmed. Shame, fear, desire, and an unsettling pleasure churned inside me. I barely recognized myself anymore. The boy was gone. The girl was hers. A guest glanced at me, paused, eyes widening. Recognition flickered. Wait, I know her or him? Panic surged. Elena noticed and whispered, let them stare. You belong to me. Every eye, every thought, they see what I've made you. Humiliation spiked, but beneath it, a strange thrill pulsed. My identity blurred further. As we left the gala, Elena whispered, tomorrow, the final step begins. You will live fully as my girl for a week. No exceptions, no hiding, no escape. Are you ready to be hers completely? My pulse raced. Fear, shame, desire, and a dangerous thrill surged through me. I glanced at my reflection one last time in the car window, soft, feminine, flawless. The boy I had been was gone. The girl I had become was entirely Elena's. The moment I stepped fully into her home as her wife, I realized my life as I knew it had ended, and there was no turning back. Elena woke me gently, yet firmly, at dawn. Today you live entirely as her, she said. No exceptions. No mistakes. Every moment belongs to me. She handed me a soft pastel blouse, a skirt, lace tights, and heels. She carefully styled my hair, applied makeup with precise care, and added jewelry. Every action was deliberate. You will serve me and the household, she whispered, her eyes gleaming. And you will be beautiful while doing it. I swallowed hard. My chest tightened. The thought of surrendering completely, every action and gesture controlled, filled me with fear and an unexplainable thrill. Elena guided me through chores, preparing breakfast, cleaning, organizing. Every movement was scrutinized, corrected, and refined. Remember, she said, you are no longer a boy. You are a woman, my creation. Every gesture must reflect grace and obedience. I stumbled at first, awkward and self-conscious. Each correction stung. Each instruction reminded me of my new reality. Yet, when Elena praised a well-set table or a neatly arranged dish, a strange sense of pride mingled with humiliation. I was learning to exist entirely within her expectations. Throughout the day, Elena encouraged me to check my reflection. "Look at her," she said, tracing my jawline. "You are perfect. Mine. And every moment you live like this, the boy you were disappears further." Tears pricked my eyes. Fear, shame, desire, and a strange, intoxicating thrill twisted inside me. My old identity felt like a distant memory. As I served tea, Elena's gaze lingered. "You enjoy this, don't you?" she murmured. I flushed. No, yes. My conflicting emotions, shame, fear, desire, twisted inside me. The realization hit me. I craved her control, even as it humiliated me. Her smile was both tender and cruel.
Good.
"Accept it. You are mine entirely." Elena had me perform calls and conversations while dressed as her wife. Every greeting, every gesture, every word had to reflect femininity and grace. "Every action is a lesson," she instructed. "Obedience is beauty. Submission is perfection." Mistakes drew soft scoldings, corrections, or extended practice. Humiliation intertwined with pride, pleasure, and fear. That evening, Elena guided me to the mirror again. "Look at her," she whispered, hands on my shoulders. "She is everything I wanted. And you will never go back. You belong to me, body, mind, soul." I trembled. The boy I had been was gone. The girl I had become was entirely her creation. Resistance felt impossible. Elena smiled, her eyes dark with intent. "Tomorrow, you will leave the house dressed as her in public for a full day. Shops, cafes, crowds. You will perform your obedience and beauty for all. Are you ready to live as mine completely?" Fear, shame, desire, and a dangerous thrill surged through me. My reflection in the mirror, soft, feminine, flawless, reminded me that my old life was gone. Every eye in the city seemed to see me not as me, but as her creation, and I had no choice but to obey. Elena woke me at dawn. Her eyes glimmered with control. "Today, the world will see you fully," she said. "Shops, cafes, streets. You will exist only as her. Every action, every word, every glance belongs to me." She laid out a delicate, form-fitting outfit, a pale blue dress, lace stockings, and heels that made every step a challenge. She styled my hair, applied makeup perfectly, and added subtle jewelry. "Remember," she whispered, "perfection is obedience. Every slip is failure." I swallowed hard. My chest tightened. Fear, shame, and a strange thrill coiled in my stomach. We stepped onto busy streets. Every passerby stared. Every whisper felt like fire. "Hold your head high," Elena instructed, hand firm on my elbow. "You are mine. Everyone will know it." People glanced at me, smiled, whispered. Some recognized me. Others didn't. Every stare reminded me, the boy I had been was gone. Elena guided me through cafes and shops. I had to interact politely, gracefully, and obediently. Every order, every gesture, every conversation was a test. "Smile when spoken to," she said. "Tilt your head, let them admire you, but never forget who you belong to." Mistakes drew corrections, a whispered scolding, a gentle tap, a firm grip on my wrist. Humiliation burned, but I adapted, moving like the girl Elena demanded. Every compliment, every lingering glance, every whispered admiration stirred my heart. Shame and fear battled with arousal and excitement. A young man approached, admiring me. My pulse raced. Elena noticed, a wicked gleam in her eyes. "See," she whispered, "you crave attention. You want it, but only as her, never as him again." Her words pierced me, tightening her control. My identity blurred further. In shop windows, I caught glimpses of myself. Soft hair, delicate features, perfect dress, flawless makeup. "Do you see her?" Elena asked, eyes soft but commanding. "She is perfect. She is mine. And the boy you were will disappear entirely." Tears welled. Shame, desire, fear, and a strange pleasure twisted inside me. Resistance felt futile. Someone from my past stared, recognition dawning. Wait, is that? Panic surged. Elena whispered. Let them see. You're mine. Every eye, every thought, they witness what I've made you. Humiliation spiked, but a dangerous thrill pulsed beneath it. I realized my identity was slipping further into her design. As we left the city streets, Elena whispered, tomorrow, the ultimate transformation begins. You will not just look like her. You will live as her completely, in every space, with no escape. Are you ready to surrender fully? Fear, shame, and thrilling anticipation surged. My reflection in the car window, soft, feminine, flawless, reminded me that the boy I had been was gone. Every corner of my life, every thought, every action, she owned it, and I was powerless to resist. Every corner of my life, every thought, every action, she owned it, and I was powerless to resist. Elena woke me with a soft but commanding voice. Today and every day after, you will live as her entirely, she said. No exceptions. No mistakes. Every action, every word, every glance belongs to me. She dressed me in a soft pastel dress, lace tights, and heels. Hair styled, makeup perfect, jewelry in place. Every movement she guided was precise, deliberate. You are mine, she whispered, tracing her fingers along my jawline. And the boy you were doesn't exist anymore. My chest tightened. Fear, shame, and a strange thrill coiled inside me. Breakfast, cleaning, organizing, and errands became lessons in obedience. Elena corrected every slip, praised every perfection. Every gesture is grace, she said. Every mistake is failure. I stumbled at first, but gradually, the rhythm of domestic life shaped me. Each action reinforced my new identity, her girl, her creation. Humiliation and pride intertwined. Throughout the day, she guided me to mirrors. Look at her, she said, brushing a finger along my cheek. She is perfect. She is mine. And soon, even you will forget the boy you were. Tears pricked my eyes. Shame, desire, fear, and a strange thrill churned inside me. My old self felt like a distant memory. Elena made me interact with delivery people, neighbors, and acquaintances. Every word, smile, gesture was scrutinized. Obedience is beauty, she instructed. Submission is perfection. Mistakes drew correction, sometimes prolonged, sometimes playful. Humiliation blended with pride, fear, and a secret excitement. Every compliment, lingering glance, or subtle attention stirred confusion, embarrassment, fear, arousal, and desire. A young neighbor praised my appearance. My pulse raced. Elena noticed, a wicked gleam in her eyes. See, she whispered, you crave this. But only as her, never as him again. Her words tightened her control over me, blurring my identity further. At night, she guided me through a series of exercises. Walking, sitting, gestures, speech, and feminine poise. Every motion is practice. Every word is a lesson, she said. You are mine entirely. I trembled. Resistance felt impossible. Obedience became intoxicating. The boy I had been was gone. Elena whispered. Tomorrow, the ultimate test begins. You will live in every space, fully as her, with no masks, no hiding. Are you ready to surrender entirely? Fear, shame, desire, and anticipation surged. My reflection in the mirror, soft, feminine, flawless, reminded me that the boy I had been no longer existed. Every glance, every word, every movement belonged to her, and the world would see it all. Elena woke me at dawn, her eyes calm, commanding, and filled with something almost predatory. Today, she said, you prove you are entirely mine. Public and private, there will be no hiding. Every action, every word, every look is obedience. She laid out a stunning, elegant gown, deep emerald green, lace detailing along the sleeves, paired with sheer tights and high heels that made my legs tremble. Hair styled into perfect waves, makeup flawless, subtle jewelry accentuating my femininity. You are perfect, she whispered. Now show the world. Fear, shame, and a strange thrill twisted inside me. I realized the boy I had been was gone, leaving only her creation. The venue buzzed with people, reporters, and photographers. Every step I took was scrutinized. Every eye felt like it pierced my soul. Head high, shoulders back, Elena instructed, guiding me with a firm hand. You exist only as her now. The world will witness it, and you will obey. Cameras flashed. Guests whispered. Every glance reminded me, I was no longer a boy. I was hers, and everyone could see it. Elena pushed me into conversations, interactions, and gestures. Every smile, tilt of the head, and laugh was a test. Perfection is obedience, she whispered. Every motion belongs to me. You are my creation. Mistakes were corrected immediately, a soft scold, a guiding hand, a whisper of instruction. Humiliation burned, but gradually I moved gracefully, performing the role she demanded. Compliments and lingering glances triggered a storm of emotions: embarrassment, fear, arousal, and excitement. A young man approached, admiring me. My pulse raced. Elena noticed, smiling wickedly. See, she whispered. You crave this. But only as her. Never as him again. Her words pierced me. My identity blurred further, bound entirely to her control. In a quiet corner, I caught my reflection in a mirrored wall. Soft hair, delicate features, flawless dress, perfect makeup. Look at her, Elena said softly. She is perfect. She is mine. And the boy you were is gone forever. Tears filled my eyes. Shame, fear, desire, and pleasure intertwined. Resistance felt futile. Someone from my past stared, recognition dawning. Wait, is that? Panic surged. Elena whispered. Let them see. You belong to me. Every eye, every thought, they witness my creation. Humiliation and panic spiked, yet a forbidden thrill pulsed beneath it. My identity was collapsing completely. As we left the event, Elena whispered, Tomorrow, the ultimate surrender begins. You will live entirely as her, obeying, performing, and existing only as my girl. There is no escape. Are you ready? Fear, shame, desire, and anticipation surged. My reflection in the car window, soft, feminine, flawless, reminded me. The boy I had been no longer existed. The girl I had become was entirely hers. Every thought, every action, every breath belonged to her, and I had no choice but to obey. Elena woke me early, her expression calm but commanding. Today, you exist entirely as her, she said. No exceptions, no hesitation. Every moment belongs to me. She laid out a soft pink dress, lace tights, and heels that made my legs tremble. Hair styled perfectly, makeup flawless, jewelry in place. Every action she guided, every gesture corrected, reinforced my submission. You are perfect, she whispered, and the boy you were is gone forever. Fear, shame, and a strange thrill twisted inside me. The reality was undeniable. I was entirely her creation. Breakfast, cleaning, laundry, and organizing became lessons in complete obedience. Elena watched every movement, corrected every slip, praised every perfection. Every gesture is grace, she said. Every mistake reminds you who you are. I stumbled at first, but gradually adapted. The rhythm of domestic life shaped me. Each action, each correction, each praise reinforced the truth. I was hers. Throughout the day, she guided me to mirrors. Look at her, she said, tracing my cheek. She is perfect. She is mine. The boy you were is just a memory. Tears filled my eyes. Shame, desire, fear, and an intoxicating thrill twisted inside me. Resistance felt impossible. Elena made me interact with delivery people, neighbors, and acquaintances. Every word, gesture, and smile was under scrutiny. Obedience is beauty, she instructed. Submission is perfection. Mistakes drew correction. Humiliation intertwined with pride, fear, and a forbidden thrill. I realized that living as her girl had become my entire reality. Every compliment, every lingering glance, every subtle attention stirred a mix of emotions: embarrassment, fear, arousal, and desire. A neighbor praised my appearance. My pulse raced. Elena noticed, a wicked gleam in her eyes. "See," she whispered, "you crave this attention, but only as her, never as him again." Her words tightened her control. My identity blurred further. At night, she guided me through walking, sitting, gestures, speech, and feminine poise. "Every movement is practice. Every word is a lesson," she said. "You are mine entirely, body, mind, soul." I trembled. Resistance was futile. Obedience became intoxicating. The boy I had been was gone. Elena whispered, "Tomorrow, you will live entirely as her in public and private spaces for a full week. No masks. No hiding. Every action, thought, and glance belongs to me. Are you ready to surrender fully?" Fear, shame, desire, and anticipation surged. My reflection in the mirror, soft, feminine, flawless, reminded me. The boy I had been no longer existed. The girl I had become was entirely hers. For 7 days and 7 nights, every breath, every thought, every gesture belonged to her, and I surrendered completely. Elena woke me at dawn, dressed me in a soft lavender dress, styled my hair perfectly, and applied makeup with meticulous care. "You live as her now," she said. "Every movement, every word, every glance belongs to me." From breakfast to errands, every action was corrected, guided, and observed. Mistakes drew soft reprimands or firm corrections. Pride and humiliation twisted together. "You are mine entirely," Elena whispered. "The boy you were no longer exists." Elena insisted I accompany her to cafes, shops, and streets fully dressed and performing femininity. Every glance from strangers, every compliment, every recognition from acquaintances reinforced her control. "Obedience is beauty," she said. "Submission is perfection." Even subtle mistakes were corrected immediately. Humiliation burned, yet a strange, forbidden thrill pulsed through me. In mirrors, Elena guided me repeatedly. "Look at her," she whispered. "She is perfect. She is mine. The boy you were is gone." Tears, shame, fear, and desire coiled within me. Resistance was fading. The girl she had created felt real, more real than the boy I had been. As I served her tea, cleaned, or walked with her, I began to feel strange satisfaction in obedience. "See how natural it is?" Elena asked, tracing her finger along my jawline. "This is who you are now." Fear and shame remained, but a subtle thrill of pleasure began intertwining with submission. Elena made me meet acquaintances, friends, and neighbors fully dressed as her girl. Every word, smile, and gesture was scrutinized. Mistakes were corrected immediately. Humiliation, pride, and forbidden desire merged. "You crave this attention," Elena whispered, "but only as her, never as him again." Elena guided me through walking, sitting, gestures, and speech. "Every motion is practice. Every word is a lesson," she said. "You are mine, body, mind, soul." I trembled. Resistance was impossible. Obedience became intoxicating. The boy I had been disappeared further each hour. On the final day, Elena watched me continuously, guiding every movement. "You exist only as her now," she whispered. "The girl I've created is perfect, and the boy you were is gone forever." Tears, pleasure, shame, and desire combined. I realized I had surrendered fully. My identity as a boy was a distant memory. I was Elena's girl, entirely and irrevocably. As the week ended, Elena whispered, "Tomorrow you must decide. Will you live entirely as her, accepting this life? Or will you fight for the boy you once were?" Fear, shame, desire, and anticipation surged. My reflection, soft, feminine, flawless, reminded me. The boy I had been no longer existed. The girl I had become was entirely hers. After a week of complete submission, The question remained, who was I now, and whose life would I truly live? Elena woke me quietly, a faint smile on her lips. Today you choose, she said softly, to live as her, or try to reclaim the boy you were. I looked at my reflection in the mirror. Soft hair, delicate features, flawless makeup. The girl staring back at me wasn't a disguise anymore, it was real. Every gesture, every motion, every thought of mine had been shaped by her. Fear and longing wrestled with pride and desire. The boy I had been felt distant, almost fictional. I walked through the house alone, touching objects, feeling textures, inhaling scents. Everything reminded me of the week I had spent as Elena's girl. Memories of the first days, the embarrassment, the corrections, the trembling in heels, surfaced vividly. But so did the subtle pleasures. Compliments, attention, Elena's approving gaze, the thrill of obedience. I realized something terrifying and exhilarating. I had adapted. I had changed. The girl Elena had created felt like me now. Elena guided me outdoors for one final walk, dressed elegantly, hair and makeup perfect. "Show me who you are," she said. "The world is your stage, as it has been for a week." Strangers smiled, complimented, stared. Recognition flickered from someone familiar. Panic surged, but beneath it, a strange thrill pulsed. Every glance confirmed what I had become. In a quiet cafe, I sat alone and thought about the boy I had been, shy, insecure, innocent. The past felt like a dream. Could I return? Could I reclaim him after everything Elena had done? The fear of losing Elena's approval, of facing myself as the boy I had been, was overwhelming. I realized that attempting to escape might shatter the fragile identity I now possessed. Elena approached, her eyes soft but commanding. "Do you understand now?" she whispered. "You aren't just beautiful. You are mine. And the life you had, it's gone. But the life you have now, it's perfect."
Her words pierced me.
Every lesson, every correction, every moment of obedience, the cumulative weight of her control, sank into my bones. Resistance felt impossible. Tears streamed down my face. My heart pounded. I had two options. One, fight, claw back the boy I had been, and risk humiliation, shame, and the possibility of never feeling whole again. Two, accept the girl I had become, embrace Elena's control, and surrender entirely to the life she had shaped. Every muscle, every thought, every heartbeat screamed. I looked into Elena's eyes, trembling, heart racing, and whispered, I will be her. I accept. I am hers." Her smile was radiant, triumphant. She guided my hand to hers and said, "Good. You are perfect. Mine entirely." The relief, fear, shame, desire, and thrill merged into a single overwhelming wave. I realized the boy I had been was gone. I was her girl. Beautiful, obedient, submissive, and hers entirely. Days later, I moved seamlessly into the life Elena had created. Domestic routines, social interactions, public appearances, everything performed flawlessly. Every glance, every gesture, every word reflected the girl she had shaped me into. A recognition, compliments, and admiration became part of daily life. My old identity lingered only as a distant memory, fading further with each passing day. Elena's presence was constant, nurturing, commanding. Every moment was a lesson, every correction a reaffirmation of my new life. I was hers.
Completely.
And, despite fear and shame, I had never felt more alive. I never imagined meeting someone like her would change my life forever. I had always been quiet, invisible in my own life. People barely noticed me. I liked it that way. Safe. Comfortable. Then Elena walked into the cafe. She was impossible to ignore. Confidence radiated from her like sunlight, warm and blinding. Her eyes found mine, and I felt it, an uncomfortable pull. "You look fragile," she said, almost teasing. Her voice was soft, melodic, but commanding. I swallowed. Words stuck in my throat. Fragile. That word echoed in my mind. vulnerable.
Exposed.
Do you mind if I sit? She asked, sliding the chair across the table. I wanted to say no, but something about her presence made me nod. She smiled, a small, knowing smile, like she had read me inside and out. I like fragile, she whispered. There's something moldable about it. I didn't know whether to feel excited or terrified. Over coffee, she talked about her life, her job, her travels, her friends. Then she turned her gaze on me. You seem like someone who follows rules, she said. Someone who listens. Someone who could be guided. A shiver ran down my spine. It wasn't a threat. Not exactly. But it was power. Control. And I felt it settle over me. Would you like to try something new? She asked. I blinked. Like what? Her smile widened. Something fun. Something transformative. She leaned closer. You might not like it, but I promise it will change you forever. I felt my heart race. My mind screamed, this is wrong. Yet a tiny, foolish part of me wanted to see, wanted to submit, wanted to feel the pull of someone else shaping me. I nodded, barely audible. Good, she said, eyes gleaming. Tomorrow we start. My stomach twisted. Excitement.
Fear.
Anticipation. And a single thought lingered. What have I just agreed to? The first time I wore heels, I realized life would never be the same. The next day, Elena was waiting for me with a small box. Open it, she said, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Inside were delicate stockings, a soft skirt, and a pair of pink heels. My stomach churned. You'll wear these, she said gently, if you want to belong to me today.
Belong.
That word hit me like a shockwave. I hesitated. My hands shook. My mind screamed, no, I can't. But Elena was calm, patient. Yet the way she looked at me left no room for refusal. I know this is new, she whispered. But trust me, you'll see how it feels. How right it feels. I slipped into the stockings, my legs trembling. The skirt felt soft against my skin, foreign yet oddly comforting. Then the heels. The first step made me wobble. My balance faltered. I stumbled slightly, and Elena caught me. Steady, she instructed. Graceful. Every movement matters. Every motion is a lesson. Her hands guided me, correcting posture, fixing my stance. I wanted to fight. I wanted to pull away. But I couldn't. I was drawn to her control. Standing there, in heels and skirt, I felt something strange, a mix of humiliation, fear, and a flicker of pleasure. You're doing beautifully, Elena whispered, tracing my cheek lightly. I froze. My pulse surged. Her praise was intoxicating. The boy you were, he won't mind being gone for a while, she added softly. A cold thrill ran down my spine. Elena led me to the mirror. Look at her, she said, voice low, commanding. See what you've become, see what you can be. I stared. My reflection, soft hair, delicate features, slender legs in stockings, a shy, uncertain smile. I barely recognized myself, and yet a part of me wanted to become her. Tomorrow, Elena said, we take another step. The world will see you, and you'll have to see yourself, too. I swallowed hard. My life had already begun to shift, and there was no turning back.